Hello and welcome to Copperhead Road Homestead. Well, I'm not good at this.
We're glad you're here today. If you are interested in our Plant Everyday Challenge, stay tuned to the very end of this video. I'm going to show you what I planted today. We live in a single wide trailer and we like it, and we want to tell you why we like it. If you're interested in something like that, then keep watching. Come and see what we're doing. We moved here in November of 2016 from California. We had a really nice house in California. We enjoyed living there. There were a lot of good things about it. And we moved here into a single wide trailer. We weren't very happy in a lot of ways when we first moved here, if I'm completely honest. We moved here and it wasn't exactly what we expected from the pictures. We bought the trailer sight unseen. It wasn't like what we expected.
At first I hated it. We showed up and there was no electricity. There was no running water. Boy, I hated it when we arrived. You know, had to have all this stuff done. Over the last few years, I've really grown to appreciate getting to live here. I love it. I love it. I love it.
We drove 3 straight days from California over here, and we had 4 children and 2 dogs in the car with us.
But it was cold and we didn't have heat.
The utilities hadn't been put on. It wasn't exactly the way that we pictured it from the pictures. Our home is 16 by 80. You might say that's kind of small, but that's actually one of the reasons I like it, that it's small. So we're all together, and that's a good thing. Whenever you have a bigger place, then often you just fill it with junk. But we like it actually because it's small.
I like that it's small. The more I have to clean, and you know, who wants to spend all their time cleaning? I feel like even in a small place, you can't clean enough, especially with 4 kids. It's not the way that I wanted it to look. I've kind of learned slowly that having 4 kids, which I love our 4 kids, and I wouldn't change anything. Buying that brand new table or buying something really pretty, it kind of gets messed up. If I have that pretty new so-and-so, you know, whatever.
But another one of the reasons that I like living in our trailer is because the price of it was fairly low compared to other homes. It's not as much of an investment. Our house in California, we bought it for this price, and then we sold it later and we made a little bit of money on it, and we didn't want to do a lot of things to it ourselves because it was an investment. If I do something wrong here, okay, so what? I can either redo it later, or, you know, it's a learning experience. I want to learn how to do things on my own. It's part of our self-sufficiency and preparedness. So, you know, since we've been here, I've done plumbing, I've done electrical, and I've done some carpentry, and I've done some work with metal. I've learned how to do that, but I would have felt a whole lot more uncomfortable doing that on a house that was an investment. But back here, this is family property. We're not planning on selling it ever. That you learn how to do these things whenever you actually do it. So that's why we experiment in the garden and we experiment with our home.
I think that I like living in a trailer. Hated it first, but I've really grown to like it.
Well, another reason that we liked it is because we got it here fast. So this was, for all intents and purposes, raw land when we first got here. We had to have a septic tank put in, we had to have a well dug, we had to have an electric service, we had to go buy a propane tank, and if we would have had to have a house built as well, it would have taken us much, much longer. From the time that we decided to move here to the time we got here was only like 6 weeks. It was very, very fast. But if we would have moved into a house, it would have taken us much longer. We built a house, a tiny house for Chad.
That's another video for another time. I thought about putting wood siding on the house. And
the thing is, with this, we can do whatever we want, and you know, we can experiment. Close the door, shut the door. You're letting the hot air out. But you know, it's not as big of a deal because it's not an investment. It's not much of a loss. The property that we just bought next to us, if you haven't seen that video about us buying the property, I'll put a link to it up here. That's an investment.
I think that was our house. I do love pretty curtains and pretty this and that.
But we can change those things. Yeah. We can do whatever we want to. And I know some people who take a great deal of pride in their manufactured mobile home trailers. I know some people who lived in stick-built houses who don't take very much pride in them at all. They're dumps. Being in a trailer doesn't make you trailer trash. It's what you do with your home, how you take care of it. A lot of mobile homes end up just in the trash heap. Read a book, I think it was about trailersteading actually. It's a very interesting book. Instead of homesteading and building a house and doing all that stuff, if you want to be as sustainable as possible, use what's already there. This mobile home had already been built, so instead of building something else, using other materials that could have been for something else, we use something that's already here. You keep things out of the landfill.
I like that too. I like the book Trailersteading. I read it, and you should check it out.
I'll try to find it and put a link down below.
Plant every day.
I'm in my outdoor kitchen on my front porch, and I'm planting today, hashtag plant every day. And today I'm going to plant these watermelons.
I like watermelon.
They are, what, sugar baby? If you don't like the variety, blame Rula. She's the one who purchased them, and I assume that she wanted me to plant them, so that's what I'm doing. These are from the dollar store. I think they're 4 for $1, so pretty good deal. And it says to sow inside 4 to 6 weeks before last danger of frost. Seed indoors in a warm, well-lighted area 4 to 6 weeks before last frost, or sow seeds outdoors after all danger of frost is past. So I'm gonna put these in here, and I'm gonna put them on my heating mat. I'm thinking that we're past our last frost. Last frost for my area is usually middle of April, and this is the early April, but I'm gonna go ahead and plant them in here and then put them in the house, and then I can transplant them later because it's fine to do that. Some things are direct sow. They do better actually if you just direct sow them, that you don't really transplant them. So these, I'm gonna do this and we'll try this. This is day 4 of hashtag plant every day. If you want to take part in the challenge, then go to our Facebook group, look for the pig, and you'll know you're in the right spot, the Copperhead Road Homestead Facebook group, and post your pictures and use that hashtag plant every day. If some of you are YouTubers, then you can use the hashtag as well. I would really love to do that, and maybe I'll find a picture and share over here of the people who shared their plant everyday story on the Facebook group. I'd love to share your story as well, so if you'll post that there, then maybe I'll post it right over here. Those are really wonderful stories. Anyway, I'm gonna get these in here, these sugar baby watermelons.
Thanks for coming. Plant every day. Thanks for coming.